Double honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, the other bishops. Shalom unto you, beautiful men. Shalom unto the 144,000, the governing body of the kingdom that's here, being preached right now. All right, I'm the brother Yazariah from the GMS Dallas camp, just coming back here at you with a quick hit lesson. Just left the slave ship, sitting here in the car, and I'm, you know how we do is, watchers, we go social media and watch particular things. You know what I mean? And sometimes the spirits will have you where you do this and searching for lessons, ideas, and things to go into research or whatever. And I'm noticing I'm on social media and I'm seeing a lot of people. You've seen a lot of these Edomites, these other nations, man, and great fears falling upon them. And they're being resistant, or trying to be anyway. That's why the name of this lesson is they can't resist or do anything about it. One or two. I'm gonna name it one of those. And what I mean by that is when you look at us as a whole, as a nation, Israel. All right. Second Ezra 6:9 says Esau is the end of the world and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. That there's two worlds or ages that are being played out. We're in the age of Esau's world, and at the end of it, and we're in the beginning of Jacob's world. All right, which is eternal, which is immortality, which is everlasting, which there is no end. Right. But with that being said, now that the truth is out, and it's funny because you got a lot of people trying to come against it, but at the same time, if you really look through the spirit, these people are afraid, man. They're in utter fear and terror. All right. And when you think about it, because it's a beautiful thing. All right. What is that? Matthew 5:13 says that ye are the salt of the earth. All right. So, Jake, we are the salt of the earth. What does salt do? It gives flavor. Okay. And of course, that's chiefly starting with the elect, but nonetheless, Jake being scattered all throughout the world, we are the salt of this planet, man. All right, and if you think about it, even Jake at a lower state, all right, doesn't realize the power that he has because the culture of America is Jake. The culture of every nation out here is Jake. All right, they follow everything that Jake does, right? So, though this truth is out here, even when Jake, and think about it, is like whatever we say or whatever we do, they copy. Whatever we say, they'll copy. You know what I mean? So as this truth is out here, even at a low state, as this truth is being pushed out here, people are starting to believe it. Because if Jake says something enough times or keep doing something enough times over and over again, the nations are going to buy onto it, whether they want to believe it or not or like it or not. And that's what's happening. All right, even at our lowest state, as this thing is being pushed, all right, they fall in line just like they do with everything else that we do. They'll attach themselves to it. They'll start to believe it. They'll start to take it on. And that's what's happening. And that's what's causing fear upon the people, if you can understand what I'm saying. Right? There was Matthew 24 and said, this gospel shall be preached to the end of the earth as a witness, and then the end shall come, roughly paraphrasing. So now that we are at the end, because what? This gospel is being preached. And we know we are at the end also because you see the fear that's falling upon these nations, chiefly Esau, Edom. All right, so as this word keeps being pushed out, whether they like it or not, they can't resist it because, like everything else that we do, they follow, they take it on, they believe it, whether they want to or not. And you can see by the actions, you can see by what's happening and their reactions to the things that are being pushed. As this scriptures, as this truth is being pushed out here, you can see the anger, you can see the worry, all right, you can see the fear on these people. All right. So again, just understanding, Jake, even at a lower state, because we are the culture of the world, whatever we say or whatever we do, the nations are going to grab hold of. All right. And that plays a huge part in the fear that they have, because whether they want to in their mind, in their life, what we're saying is true. And that's why fear is falling upon them. That's why they're going into the scriptures and trying to find any way out of the judgment that's coming. So you understand what I'm saying? So, and ultimately, there's nothing that they can do about it. All right, so this is just a reflection on the power that we have through the strength and power of Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, just on a low level. So really think about that for a minute. I mean, I was sitting in the car and I'm thinking, man, wow, you know what? Everything that we do, the nations follow. So as I'm going on social media, I'm seeing all these Edomites bugging out and talking about the frontal cortex and the Edomite, we have more of this. Why are you having to say all that? Could it be because possibly fear is coming upon you? Could it be because we're pushing this thing out all throughout the world, day in, day out, over and over again, and you guys are starting to believe it? Like everything else that we do, it's a beautiful thing, man. All right. So I just wanted to just give a quick, this is on my spirit, just to just to say, at the end of the day, the end is here. Jacob, we got next, man, starting with the elect. Okay, so for those of us that in this troop, keep pushing this thing, keep pushing the ministry, keep pushing the word of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and watch how things continually start to change. All right, so I just want to do a quick exhortation. All right, with that, I want to give all praises to Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua, Bahashim Kakodash, the honors and salutations to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom.